Hi everyone, Chad here with another Tech Talk, and I've got my friend John here with Trade Rocket, and we're going to be talking all things Salesforce. So John, why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Chad. My name's John Ondrejcka with Trade Rocket. We're a Salesforce certified partner where we specialize in Salesforce consulting and implementation. I've been doing this for the last almost 12 years now, but excited to be working with Pulse One and look forward to the partnership.
Tell me more about Trade Rocket and what you guys specialize in.
Yeah, so over the last few months, as you guys have seen, technology adoption has become more relevant than ever. With the introduction to AI, one of the biggest revolutions we're going to see in probably a long time. The introduction to ChatGPT and many of the other LMLs out there. The truth is, though, is many companies really don't know how to embrace this. And that's because these companies are still relying on outdated systems with siloed data, manual processes. Teams are still using Excel to solve all their problems, really. So that's why my co-founder and I, Dominic Bauer, started Trade Rocket. And we really look at getting companies to that next level in kind of 4 steps. One is understanding the power of Salesforce and its versatility. The second is how you integrate applications into it rather than just adding more external applications where you're building complex API integrations. The third one is, once you have these things together, is how you centralize your database in one spot. And then once you've got a centralized database, then you can really start leveraging on automation and creating efficiencies for your business.
Isn't Salesforce just a CRM?
So that's a common misconception. And I love when people bring that up, because most people just think Salesforce is a CRM and that's what it started as. But it's become much more than that. It's really a cloud-based powerhouse that can transform your business. They have many different clouds. They've got marketing clouds, manufacturing clouds, service cloud. And on top of all of that, you can start to integrate these third-party applications.
What's so special about integrating the applications with Salesforce?
Yeah, so as companies start up and they're kind of drinking from a fire hose, right? This employee gets hired. They're like, hey, I used this system at my last company. And they hire another person. They're like, hey, I use this system. We can solve this problem over here. And so you start downloading all these different applications. The problem is none of those applications talk to each other. And so as you're solving these problems, as your business starts to grow and scale, you really start breaking your company apart more and more and more. And ultimately what happens, because no one's looking at the company from this 30,000 foot level, your system starts to get really fragmented and your data starts to get siloed into each of these departments. And so what we do is we come in and we really look at the company from that 30,000 foot level. We start to understand all the different applications you guys are using. And then what's great about Salesforce is, just like on your iPhone or your Android, there's a whole marketplace where people get to build and solve different problems. When you're integrating one system to another system that's not native to each other, it's not an easy integration. You got to hire developers. You got to do a whole gamut of things. And it starts to get really complex, as well as your company starts to change and grow. So do those integrations, right? So Salesforce's App Exchange makes this super simple. You just download them. They're now in there. And now, rather than having all your departments in different places, they're using different tools, but they're all still now in the same system.
So like, you're giving me examples of calendars and document management systems and connected email, and those efficiencies are now then integrated within your Salesforce universe.
Exactly. Email, calendar, document management, The last company we were working with was a full real estate developer building 700 homes a year, right? No one would think that you could build 700 homes a year on a CRM system. And that's where we get to say Salesforce is not a CRM system. It's a programming platform now. We integrated Gantt chart scheduling. We integrated job cost accounting. We integrated a full accounting system into it. Now, once you have these things together, all your information is one place. So you can start to get real-time information on the entire company through one report, one dashboard. You're not going into 10 different logins to figure out where you're at, exporting information, emailing it to other people. You log into one spot and you got your whole company there.
So I got Salesforce, I've got some integration with applications, I've got streamlined workflows. And the number three, you're talking about centralized database.
Yeah, so kind of, hinging off the integrated applications where most people struggle is that centralized database, right? So Salesforce's reporting and dashboards are very, very easy to set up. Yeah, you got customer data, you got project details, you got accounting information all in one spot, right? And so, piggybacking off the construction real estate developer, right? Where most people struggle, right, is even managing a FAR now, right? People are working from home and you get these old school managers where they're like, I got to sit over someone's shoulder and make sure if I know what they're doing or not. How do I know if this department's doing well? Now that you've got a centralized database, you can set up your KPIs through these reports and dashboards. We would set up dashboards for specific employees. Every employee has their dashboard, so they know what they need to be working on, where they're doing well, where they need help. We'd set up dashboards for specific departments, whether that's accounting, operations, sales, marketing. They got their own dashboards as well. We'd set up dashboards for the divisions, right? We were operating in 5 different divisions. You can start to take these different reports and piece them together into a divisional thing. So that divisional dashboard may have one accounting report, one operations report, one sales report. Now I know how the entire division's doing by just looking at one screen, as well as all the way up to corporate. So I think where many people struggle as a company is understanding and getting that pulse check. No pun intended, but getting the pulse check on how are my people doing, how are my departments doing, how are my divisions doing, and how is my whole company doing, because this information is scattered all over the place. By centralizing your database, it eliminates all that headache and provides you tools that you need straight down to the palm of your hand, where you can pull these dashboards up on your phone and in real time see that information. No more getting an email on Friday and scattering or compiling Excel sheets together to figure out where you're at. It's all doing it in real time, updating at the second, right? I get updated dashboard an hour later and I got different information than I did right now. Last thing on that is that, yeah, you get people where they're relying on weekly information, right? Well, the information that happened from Friday to Tuesday, the changes in one department could impact the decisions another department's making. And if they don't have real-time information and they're relying to the next Friday, you could have lost a whole week of productivity and spent your attention on something that really wasn't a priority at all.
Once you have that centralized database, you're talking about automation, which is, I think it's pretty interesting what you're doing. Talk to me more about that.
Yeah, automation is what everybody wants, right?
Right.
But the truth is you can't really get to fluid automation until you achieve those other 3 steps, right? And the main one is centralizing your database. Once you've got everything in one spot, you can start to create automation. Salesforce offers an array of tools for automation. They've got workflow rules, process builder, flow builder, which is really their bread and butter now. where you can do just about anything, right? Whether it is updating hundreds of records, sending an email, when we close a deal, send a task to this person, notify this person. Now, as you start to get these automations, you start to increase your project management. And I think the major issue with project management today is really 3 points. You got visibility, you got poor communication, and you got ineffective resource management. And companies struggle with these categories because they're unable to make quick, informed decisions when they got things scattered all across these different databases. And when you can make those decisions in real time, that's where you start to win. So furthermore, these automated forms of communication, whether they're the email, right, or having that real-time report from another department, as we were talking about before, I need the information of today, not of last week. And you always want to make sure that your teams are working on the information and the number one priority as of today, not of last week, because things change consistently. As I monitor dashboards at our company, I refresh that dashboard every time I look at it because I don't know what's changed since the last time I looked at it, and that could have been 1 hour ago.
All right, wow, that's a game changer for a company to get through all those steps and get to the dashboards and automation. Any last thoughts, and how can people get a hold of you?
Yeah, I think what I'd like the listeners to walk away with today is that Salesforce is not just a CRM tool. Salesforce is a complete game changer for your business. We've listed many reasons why it's not just a CRM. You can integrate apps, you can centralize your database. This streamlines your business process and increases your efficiency. It ultimately helps you manage your teams, right? So you don't have to sit over their shoulders in a day and age where, people like that work from home balance. It allows you to make data-driven decisions, and allows you to spend time on things that truly drive your business, not these mundane manual tasks. You can feel free to reach out to me via email, through our LinkedIn page. Please follow us on LinkedIn. We push content out quite regularly on a weekly basis, giving users access into things that we're doing with other customers, as well as just tips and tricks. But yeah, Chad, it's been a really great pleasure working with you, and enjoy the partnership that we've got ahead of us. And thanks for giving me some time to talk about Salesforce, my favorite topic of all.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, looking forward to it. Everybody will have John and TradeRocket's information on the page that you can click and connect with them. All right, thanks everybody. See you later.